Hey, welcome to another episode of the Hoz Comedy Podcast with Joey. We are in the Aqua Studios. If you notice, there's a small little annoying man that is not here today. That would be Tony, or AKA Hondo. But today you got me, Joey,
Obi,
and we got here Mr. Eddie. Yeah. All right. So, we got Mr. Eddie here today, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing very good. A little tired. I tied it on a little last night. There was a dead dog party for my girlfriend's bestie. And
explain what that is for the listeners.
It was a Boston Terrier. They had a memorial for their lost pet. It was like a member of the family. It is survived by it's survived by its I believe brother. It was sister. I'm not sure if
another dog.
If it's a yeah, they're like twins.
Oh.
These terriers, they're like black and white. They look like these little, bulldogs, but they're Boston Terriers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like where
it's my girlfriend's favorite breed.
Where they could kind of border on French bulldog, but they're a little bit more aggressive. And this thing,
higher ears.
The surviving twin is just showers you with love. And so I'm just watching one of the ball games yesterday, being antisocial to the rest of the crowd at the time, and it just started licking me. And they're very deep licks. They're very intentional. They're licks that really go into the fascia of the skin. And so the dog's just like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, does that taste? That can't taste good.
So did you have peanut butter?
No, I just had this jojoba oil lemongrass oil on my head and scalp because I still
how
get
the fuck did the dog fly? Or
no, it just got on a couch and started. And it's tall. It's short, but it's very muscular. It's like lean tone muscle. These dogs, very well fed, very well taken
right
care
from the
of.
start.
He bullied me.
Like. He
started assaulting me. It got in my ears. But you know what? I was giving signals. I was saying no, but I was really saying yes.
Yeah. You were like waiting
my
to see
mind's telling me no, but my body
telling me yeah, telling me yes. Pee on me too, poop, 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 doop, doop, yeah. And then it finished, and then we both came together, so it was pretty great.
Both came together.
And so that was there, but then we tied in, and I'm like, then I got in the mood, and then I was socializing more, and I made kind of this vodka drink, which is probably not the best. I was doing some weird combo to it, and they had a little bar. They had everything set up well, good food, good. I mean, they do a party right, and it was, and it's in Rosemont, which is like, there's some nasty off-duty police in Rosemont if you're not kidding. They own it. It's a little gated subdivision, so it's just like, get off my block, brown motherfucker. You know what I mean? They're not saying that, but it's in the eyes.
Relatable. No.
Absolutely. State of the world right now. It's in the eyes, people. So I had a good time, mixed it up, chopped it up, making everybody laugh, which is what my zone really is. It's about just bringing people together, just trying to have a good time, no matter what the sides of your political spectrum is. And I ended up having too good of a time because then the Cosamigos shots came out of nowhere. And one of my girlfriend's best friends, she's Guatemalan, and so I met her sister and her family, and her parents are just these beautiful, Guatemalan people. I don't know if like the wife she might have been Mexican, and then he was Guatemalan, but he looked like the Guatemalan George Clooney without the facial. Like he had that vibe. So and then I was just like speaking in code to that dude, and he was just like, and just giving me like, yep. And I said, real, recognize real. And then the shots went. And then I also was trying to feel better. My girlfriend's just like, you want a gummy to get right? And I'm like, give me a minute. And then I took what they call it dope rope. And you can't really count or determine the milligram per sliver of rope. It's like Big League Chew. Do you remember Big League Chew?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's like taking a strip of Big League Chew. So I had the loop the loop around.
Okay.
Where then where the two singular ends fall, and I had the loop. I'm like, I'll tear the loop off. So what we determined by the amount of laughing I was doing later is that I probably took 60 milligrams of gummy.
Oh shit!
Instead of the typical 20 that I can kind of gauge.
Okay.
And I was like, I was loop to loop. I was as loopy as the loop that I pulled off, and it ended up being a fun night for everyone. And I got it together enough to drive home and to Portillo's. Big shout outs to Portillo's.
Did you crash into Portillo's?
Actually, she drove. She did not drive me.
Ah.
I could not get it together enough. We didn't crash. She was good to go by the time I was reaching new levels of nirvana. And then her friend was like, "Come on, Ed, do somersaults with me."
What?
And the top half of my body was not communicating with the lower half.
Okay.
So I was doing this, wanting to bend
Like
my
half-ass
Yeah, I
kinda
couldn't do it.
fucking-
I couldn't even. I did not have the confidence that the top half of my body would hold up the bottom half once it was vertical.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And I thought I'm gonna break my wrists right now. I'm a strong dude, but I was under the control of the libations and the THCs.
Yeah. So you had a fun night.
I had a fun night.
I have
So
a-
sorry for my energy today. I'm getting it together.
I was talking about that big chew. Like, there's a science to that gum.
You mean the
How much you can take?
Oh,
You know,
Yeah,
Because if you bite in your lip, like on the inside, then that's not enough gum.
that's not enough gum. Okay,
And then if you can't breathe, then that's too much gum.
right.
You know.
You
So
have to.
there's a science to it, and the little strips of fucking gum that you gotta.
So how many strips of the proper diameter of Big League will it take to satisfy the right
I think it's like 3 fingers.
three finger chew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
What do you
like when you're a teenager,
grabbing
you
it,
only
you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
like it's like when you're a teenager, you only
Okay.
use 3 fingers. You
So if you
gotta
have
use more than that.
if
then-
you have the width of
Gotcha.
enough gum of 3 fingers, good,
Yes.
and that's enough. That's going to create enough of a ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, and this would have been a good segment for Hondo to be here because he's our drug addict
Designated-
on the show.
Oh yeah.
So he does, like he does his gummies and his weed and all that shit.
Yeah.
He's usually the one that
Mushrooms.
tells us what to do. Yeah.
You need a guy. You need a spirit animal like his name.
Spirit
His
animal.
name's Hundo. You need a spirit animal like that. And look, he's got the velour chair, dude. Come on,
The spirit animal. Oh my God.
He's seen narcotics.
Yeah, he's out.
He's seen evil things beyond everyone else's comprehension.
Yeah, and he's the only reason he's not here is he's celebrating Steven's birthday. Just
Oh.
kidding. That's not his kid's name, but I keep telling him that.
You just make up a name for his child every time you see him.
I don't even know how I started that. But
How's
I kept saying-
Javier doing?
Yeah.
It's fucking John. God damn
Yeah.
it. I thought we were friends. That's funny.
All right, so Mr. Eddie, let's see here, man.
Hey, first of all, throw out your tags.
Oh yeah. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Mr. Eddie on Instagram, and that's M1 as in the number 1, STEREDDIE. You can also find me on YouTube under that same name, and then on Facebook, my full name, full reveal, EDDIE, middle initial L is in Larry. It's not L, it's Larry, it's Lee, because that's a real fucking middle name. Okay, that's a name with some history. And then Schaefer, SHAFER. No C, no double F. Don't trick it out. Real simple. Eddie L. Schaefer on Facebook.
Sweet. All right, so let's get into it a little bit then. So what is your so you're a comedian?
Yes,
Right. Okay. And so you do stand up?
I do. I do
Okay.
stand up. I also produce 2 shows. I co-host and produce a AI-based game show that uses the Midjourney application to create images by words. It's the concept. We have a contestant. It's usually a comedian who's the contestant, and we give them a theme like suburban moms with large foreheads, or I'm sure people will probably try to create a new Charlie Kirk theme, but I won't do that today. But people make up different themes. We make up themes like, most useless robot or, your version of Valhalla. But you have to artistically kind of describe it. You just can't be like, you can't create a joke in your description of the theme. You just have to be as descriptive and artistically kind of present with it as possible, and that creates a more luxurious and detailed image on Midjourney. And the limit of what Midjourney can do, it's becoming limitless, because now the pictures that are processed by these words are now moving pictures.
Yeah.
So now they're creating little mini vignettes or little mini animations.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
After it's produced. So we give them that, and then they give us the themes, and then basically on the night of the show we kind of run the themes through to see what the image projects, or if there's an NSFW, if they used poop, pee, something something that Midjourney will not accept, and it can be a little picky, but you have to be aware of there are limits to what you can say at Midjourney, because there are it doesn't promote that. So by the night of the show, we have the images created by the 3 contestants. We have 3 themes, 3 contestants, and then their image comes up. They have to read their prompt that was produced by Midjourney and go, and this is the image produced. Okay, how do I defend this in front of a live audience and convince them that this image should win the round?
Okay.
So anyway, that's a long-winded story of telling you that I produced that show, co-produce it. It's called
Now
it's called Prompt Battle Royale. You can see it on YouTube for the full video. We record all the videos. We have a lot of backlogged shows that we have to edit and process and then put online on YouTube. And it's Prompt Battle Royale, 3 words on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
So do you what was I gonna say? Is the image like in the background, or?
So the image is a full-blown image.
Yeah.
And what is the words that are produced by Midjourney, whatever that you've created out of your written word for that theme, will produce a singular image or a series of images that you can choose, like a 4-up. We have 2, 3 4-ups of different styles.
Yeah.
Of art. One could be a Degas, well, not Degas, that's jazz. It could be like a Monet style, like pointillism, right? Or it could be a particular period piece style of art that was introduced into the world that Midjourney can, it depends on what ratio you give it, like V:17. So there's a little bit of engineering to it.
Is this I'm trying to find it here. Is this the...
So Prompt Battle.
Oh, Prompt Battle. And then Video Royale?
No, I did not say video. I said Prompt Battle Royale.
I heard video.
That's all right. That's all right. Everybody's gummy kicks in at different times.
Oh, right here. Okay, got it.
Right there. That's it, my friend.
Sweet.
Like and subscribe. And that's Bon Traeger, the creator and co-producer. And I'm the kind of co-host.
Oh, yeah, I see you right there.
Show. That's right in the middle of getting down with some weird, who knows what's on the side of us. So scroll down or up or rather, whatever.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you got
all the shows are up there, are little snippets and vignettes.
You have Maddie on there?
We have everybody on there.
Oh,
we got Courtney Peterson. She's like a 2-time winner on the show.
Okay.
We've got a lot of bangers up there, so
nice.
Yeah, feel free to kind of like peruse through the whole thing.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we won't take all the time here, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You know what? Get a little loopy and check it out, because I think it's probably makes more sense high or on weed or on mushrooms to people, and not that I do that all the time, but I think I understand why it would probably make sense. Sometimes it goes off the rails, and that's part of the charm of the show.
Yeah.
You need a place with really good internet connection, and it's a niche market of people. You get people that are like, will fuck with Pokemon, Fortnite, Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of the crowd that would appreciate this, and obviously, those cultures, those games that create those cultures, it's very inclusive. It's gay, it's straight, it's black. It's like, that's what's changed in this odd gamer universe.
Gross.
I know, right? What would Kirk do? No, I'm kidding. R.I.P. But But it's odd that is sort of come to full fruition for a guy like me. I'm older than most in what I look like, and we'll get into that reveal later. But it's beautiful to see that it's sort of become this really inclusive thing. So it attracts that corner market. So we've been trying to adhere to that and find a venue that is more indicative of that culture, right?
Okay.
So looking at like gaming rooms and things like that, and calling the suburbs, and we've got a great home right now at Surge Billiards on Fullerton in the city. Sonny Bot's been very accommodating for letting us have the room and do what we do. But it's been like moving from venue to venue from one reason or the other, and just trying to find our niche and find our target audience, if you will.
Yeah, so kind of feeling it out, kind of,
Yeah, we've been about 3 years doing it. We should have
Nice.
felt it out by now, but there's, life happens, and there's a lot of mix-up in lineups and changes and things like that. And
Right.
trying to better what we do and take that to a place that's going to, obviously cover all the bells and whistles for what this show really deserves, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and things take time. I feel like you can't really put a time on it because, shit, man, one day, the right person sees it, gets involved, all of a sudden your shit's blowing up. So, I mean, kind of depends.
And being in comedy I want, basically, I got at a point in my life where I'm like, I want something to show for all the people pleasing I've done all my life, or something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And all the toil and tribulations and sacrifice. And I think you can get caught up in trying to do it. There's no quick fix to this. It's methodical. These are the lean, hungry years sometimes when you get into a new market or a new art form, and you just have to figure it all out and be along for the ride, be along for the journey, as with most things. If you worry about the mundane, day in and day out, I have to do this month after month, and it's not getting traction, or you get a little bit of a win, or a little bit of a win here, there's a little light at the end of the tunnel here. No matter what your focus or in art is, you have to roll with that. It's really, I hate to be corny and be like, it's a marathon, not a 5K. But it kind of is, and you just really have to roll with that and enjoy the process and enjoy all the experiences that becomes it, and all the amazing people you connect with, and it's good. And the second thing I do in comedy is I produce and host. It's my show, goddammit. And it's called the Caponeville Capers Comedy Showcase at Bad Attitude Bar and Grill.
Oh, it's right there on 47th, right?
Word. Is that 47th? Well, it's
or
right.
46th in Harlem.
It's right off of 55 Express and Harlem.
Yeah.
And I guess it would be. It would be
like it's a couple of blocks away from the tool store, right?
Yeah, and
the go-kart place.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Oh, okay.
It's literally.
You know what? Do a lot of bike? Is it a bar?
It's a bike.
Is it Lions?
A lot of bikers go there, right?
It's Lions. Well, they call it Forest View, and there are a lot of bikers. It's cop friendly,
I think I've been there before.
It's not messed up in the same in the way that you think a token cop biker bar would be.
When you walk in, it's just a big bar, right? And then you can walk to either side. Okay, yeah, I've been there. Like, it's a small place, but there's like a big bar, and
it was Minnie and Joe, the couple that own it. They said it was all blackened out and weird. It was they said it was a lesbian bar or something. Not that hasn't anything to do with anything.
Nice.
But it was more than it was.
Was there a lot of dykes on bikes?
It was more than that. You know what? There are the dykes on bikes with toys with tots. That was
Toys
that was the complete organization that they were a part of. And I guess it was just a seedy place. It had nothing to do with like the clientele, other than the clientele were probably just doing meth. And
that's messed up.
Like that's messed up, bro. That's messed up. You don't know, son. Look out, Athy. But so that is a great place, and they've been very supportive. Sweet. It's like Lions, Forest View, close to Berwyn, on your way to Berwyn. I think there's.
So they barely owned it? or
they own it?
Yeah,
They own
but how long ago did they switch?
It sounds like it's been a couple years now.
Oh,
Yeah, like not too many years, like maybe 2-3 years. But they do a lot of shows there. That's when I asked them, I'm like, well, how would a place like this be receptive to comedy? And they said, well, we had a drag queen do a raffle, and the prizes were sex toys. I said, well, if that's your litmus test to see how a comedy show is going to do, we're going to be fine.
Nailed it.
And
we're good.
And it's been working. It's $10. It's $10 entry. You know, you gotta pay the cash to stick around. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna hang around for a half hour. Then you got to pay because it goes to the comics, you know, and to the bar. So
cool.
It's a guarantee. And I cover costs and stuff. I prepare myself, but it's nice to know that the bar supports that. And there's been a couple of riff-raffy folks, like one guy in particular that he was on all the drugs. He looked like an OG, you know, like Latino kind of cat, and but he was hitting on my girl and trying to touch, and I was like, hey, and I had to step right in between. I'm like, hey, this is my lady, dude. What are you doing? He's like, oh, my bad, and tried to do it again. And I had to kind of, and then he was interrupting, and he was just like, finally I go, what do you want to say, man? He's like, Little Village OG, blah, blah, and like whatever called out his set or something stupid. It's like, you're old, bro. Like, you're going to crack in half. So that chilled him out, and I kind of like talked smack to him, and it made him kind of chill out in the way I wanted him to.
Yeah.
Could have went either way, and I thought, I don't know, like, this guy's going to bust off 5 shots to my face before anyone grabs this guy. You know, I'm done for. Like, I could tell the look in his eye, how, like, swole he was. And if he was on all the drugs for real, like, he's impenetrable to pain. Like, I'm going to maybe bruise his eye socket somehow. Like, what's happening? So, but they said, we took care of him, he's out. And he never came back. And so I see, they're like, we would have never let any fighting happen. I'm like, I would have gotten annihilated before you ran across the bar. What the fuck are you talking about? But big ups to Minnie and Joe. They run a great shop, and they're very supportive of me. And we've had just the quality of talent keeps evolving. So anyway, that's what I do beyond open mics, beyond shows. If I'm in showcases, and I'll be in a showcase, this won't make it for next week probably, but next Saturday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, I'll be at a showcase called That Girl or The Evil Girl. I forget the name of the club. But I'm on a really sweet lineup. And I'm like, he just picked me out, said if I was available, and I'm looking, it's like Tori Ward, Ryer Cameraman. Like, Ryer Cameraman's making a name for herself in Austin. Tori Ward's from Portland, really great comic. She's already kind of beloved in the Chicago scene. I'm like, so things are slow and steadily doing this. You know, they're doing a trajectory of this, a nice smooth incline, and the quality is presenting itself because I've worked, and I was talking to Obi over wings at Hooters earlier. Hooters, where every man comes to play. Yeah, that should be the subtitle of that place. Anyway, also buy those girls less embarrassing shorts to wear. Can we just finally?
Yeah, it makes her ass look really
just
flat.
give them pants. You know what I mean? Also, we can see the G-strings. There's got to be some violation there, even though it's Hooters. I'm just saying.
Warning: roughing the G-string.
There's a lot of guilt.
Automatic first down.
A lot of guilt after eating your wings once you enter and exit a Hooters is what I'm saying. A lot of guilty feelings.
Just think about like how long they got to stand up and walk around in that G-string.
It's not form-fitting for one, and it looks disgusting. It looks like you gotta want to take like 2 showers after wearing an outfit like that at an 8-hour shift at the sweaty, but you got women and guys there. Like, everybody gets it. It's like shake your money maker. It's like, but it's that kind of outdated old school of Hooters that is always fun to watch. Anyway, I was saying earlier, just being impeccable to your work and just really focusing on how do I get better and what should I be focusing on.
Right.
That becomes more clear and apparent once you kind of get over all the comparisons and feelings and why not me here and why am I not accepted here and why won't they vibe with me here or fuck with me here. It doesn't matter because you'll find your niche in the comic community. It's so vast in Chicago. We are looked upon as as a real artistic force to be reckoned with in the city, in Chicagoland. And that is something that like we should really be celebrating and remembering when there's a bunch of infighting happening on the fucking internet. So we should be remembering that like people are looking to us, like even the Rogans and the people out here in these peripheral places are like, well, they're from Chicago. Chicago's no joke. Like they're not even. It's almost like they realize they need to say that about Chicago now, which is really strange to me because no one owes us that.
Yeah.
But people are recognizing how powerful and how, I think, of a real community we are, as competitive as we are. So, yeah. So I've been doing it for almost, 5 years. That's what I do for comedy. And I'm sure there'll be something else I get involved in beyond what I want to say yes to.
Nice.
Just into it.
So quick question, would there be, what would be, and I usually ask all comedians this, like, what would be your like, not your end game, but if I could tell you, hey, look, Eddie, you can have the best career doing this, would it be acting, would it be stand-up, would it be improv, would it be owning your own club? Like, what would be your ideal situation? Practical for me, probably land a great voiceover job as a character voiceover for a really awesome cartoon, because I think that would fund my lifestyle. Because that's like a normal, I don't know how normal of a job that is, and it's short-lived. But I feel like that would probably facilitate enough money to allow me to go out at night and do clubs every night.
But I don't think it's short-lived. Like, there's a lot of cartoons that have been going on for a long time.
Well, like Eric Andre got Disenchanted. That was sort of like that side cartoon that wrote it did. And I'm like, dude, that's great for him, or... I can't think of the actor's name. I don't know if you guys mess with Rick and Morty at all.
Hell yeah.
The guy who is the father, the pathetic father.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of the actor's name.
I was just gonna say I can't think of his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy can hang his hat on a lot. He's an SNL guy. But I mean, having something like that would be fantastic, and like you can just go do whatever. And then I've been a musician. That's where I started before any of this.
Okay.
And in bands, trying to make it all my life. I'm in one now. We got a 4-song EP coming out soon.
What kind of music?
It's rock based, but it's tinged. It's such a genre bending band. So there's funk and punk and metal and pop and
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of jazz thrown in. It's all over the map.
Sweet.
Okay.
Soul music.
Fuck yeah.
Called Meds, MEDS. You can check us out on Instagram, meds.chicago. It's a very meager site for now, but it'll build up. We've been at it for about 2-3 years now, with the unit, with the 4-piece that we are, originated by Mike Greeny and myself.
What instrument do you play?
Guitar and vocals.
Nice.
Everything's written for me on guitar. That's just been my songwriting instrument. I've dabbled in drums, trumpet, bass, in a live setting before. The keys, I need to be better proficient on keys, but I've done some keyboard stuff. I'm not foreign to it, but guitar is my main jam. So it's like 2 guitars, vocals, bass, vocals, and drums.
Damn, so a little bit of everything.
And who knows what electronic instrumentation we might bring in the mix. I mean, there's so much room for experimentation.
Auto-tune.
Auto-tune's next for me specifically. Christ.
Painting.
But yeah, there's so much there's so much freedom. So I have all this. So ultimately, to answer, I do circle back eventually. My short-term memory is not that horrible. So I will. The best day for me, the best situation would be maybe having some voiceover work that could fund my lifestyle, my creative lifestyle, period. Whether it's doing that and having room to go, I can book more shows with my band.
Yeah.
I can invest in some studio time with my band. We have this time to do it. I don't have to be in the studio to do voiceover work. That to me sounds practical.
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. Damn, that'd be cool. You definitely have a unique voice. I feel like I could absolutely see cartoon or something or anything. Like I could definitely see you doing voiceover.
I want to be I want my own brand of chocolate to come out in my image, and it's got to have a voice to it or a doll. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah,
It's got to be one of those.
A lot of people tell me that, and I go, I have to. The next thing, because I'm just sort of conquering all these things that I'm like was. Kind of being kind of happenstance, but not happens, that's the wrong word, being just kind of like second guessing myself about forever instead of just throwing myself into it. And I think like writing a book and doing voiceover work would be two, or really getting in radio.
So have you started
having a radio gig?
Have you started writing a book?
In my mind, I haven't like really.
In my mind,
I haven't really fleshed it out yet, but I think it's like, what do you want to reveal?
Maybe children's book first.
Nah, I mean, I could find like a niche market and go, let me talk about that, or talk about a zine, or talking about my rock and roll past, my rock and roll lifestyle when I was gigging all the time and I was on the road a lot. I could definitely kind of give my perspectives on that. I would have to go, hey, I'm writing a book, a zine, like I want to involve the story with you guys and tell me what you don't want me to say, or be like, hey, wait a minute, you need to
tone that down,
or this is the facts, and this is how you should probably address that if you are going to talk about that. You need to, and this is what I remember, because there'll be one guy out of the band I know that's like he remembers everything. He's an engineer. He gets that stuff.
Because I've seen a lot of children's adult books.
I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
Are we trying to market pedophilia, or are you just trying to make some sort of like adult child inclusivity thing happen? I don't get it.
It's like people, they don't know how to read. They just look at the pictures, you know what I'm saying?
So it's for adult children, is what you're saying.
Yes.
So it's for the population I serve, which are the mentally ill. So is that the reading level we're talking about?
Yeah, and then it's like funny at the same time,
Yeah, you're going to have to do better in explaining that without putting yourself on the Epstein list.
I mean, if you're not on the Epstein list, you're not cool.
If you're not on the Epstein list, you're no one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, that's the best. Like, don't ask, don't tell. Bodies buried in the basement.
Yeah, and then if it does come out, they just marker all over it. So,
hey,
you want to know
put a pin in that one for me. We'll return. To that.
Right. Put it to the light.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll never know what's going on with that. We'll never know. If that Venezuelan boat was full of real cartel people or people just trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Hell yeah.
The world may never know.
Because they bombed that. Yeah, anyway, that's never mind. I'm not going to get too like specific.
What got you into comedy?
I kind of hit like a crossroads in my own life. Before I turned the big 50, I was kind of living meagerly, building up my credit, and I was just focusing on my job, and then I said a lot of these things, all these regrets started hitting me, like bad relationship choices where I just stuck around and was people pleasing for too long.
Bitches do that shit to you.
Well, bitches of all kinds, right? Not just female, really.
Yeah.
Just like they could be your friends and male friends that are being a bitch. And,
that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gender neutral. So
yeah, I was just like all these kind of regrets and sort of like woe is me-isms a little bit, really. But I got to a point in my life where I was just like, I've got nothing to show for all the effort I've put into music. I've just put into all of my artistic efforts. It's always been somehow commandeered by something or someone, and that just either we weren't on the same page, or we weren't in a place to be respectful enough, or to work as a real team. Ultimately, beyond that, that's just life. That's what you're gonna find. But it was just a lot of things that were negative that I was focusing on, and I basically tried to resolve it by just being a drug addict, and I hit a soft wall with that and got the help I needed and getting myself back on course.
Wait, didn't you just do like edibles the other day?
Well, those aren't drugs.
That don't count.
Okay, fair.
Those
fair,
aren't
fair,
drugs.
fair. That's fair. That's
Marijuana is not a drug.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alcohol can be a drug if it's abused, but I don't consider that a hardcore drug.
Right. Fair. That's fair.
But
That's fair.
I've done a hardcore drug. I've done a narcotic, and not heroin. And I was trying to
I was going to say, you got all your teeth.
So let me not get into that. So I basically got to a place where, I don't know, just life kind of like finally rubbed me enough, or I just kind of was... I got to a place in my life where I'm like, let me self-advocate for myself in every way possible. Also, what do I have to lose now? I've gotten to this like more toughened place of my life to take harder challenges. And I think I just got a thicker skin. I don't know why it took this long to finally get me to a place where I could sort of brush off a lot of the stuff that would probably affect me, and lean in more into I kind of know you kind of have to deaden yourself a little bit to survive, to continue going just as a human being.
Yeah.
There's a lot of light that needs to be a little bit diminished or cut off for you to kind of plow through a lot of bullshit. And luckily, I'm still a glass half full guy. So that all being said, a lot of vague things were just said in the last 5 minutes. I decided, let's do comedy. I've had an interest. I was doing rideshare full time and cracking people up, and they're like, you should probably do this more. Just like the voiceover thing. You got a radio voice. If you hear it long enough and it's tried and tested, you're like, why am I not really pursuing this?
Right.
So that's just how I've been living my life in the last 5-6 years. It's just open myself up to this. Instead of thinking about it, start being a big old pussy and do it.
Yeah.
Therapy.
It's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. It's whatever, cathartic, all of that. And so it's been that for me. And now I'm just absorbing the art form more. And even though people are like, well, you've been doing music for so long and you've done radio, you'll be a natural at comedy. Totally separate thing. I respect it separately from what I'm competent at musically or competent at on the radio. I treated this like its own separate entity, and now I'm finally getting good.
Nice. That's awesome.
I go on long-winded stories, so stop. And I try to stay.
No, we're just letting you do your thing,
within
man.
the context. I try to stay between the lines, but sometimes it's hard.
Hey.
So that's how I got into comedy.
Well, we were trying to see the answer, but you went around it. You came back.
Yeah, I'll try to do short responses from here on out.
I mean, you got where you needed to go.
Yeah.
We got the answer.
Eventually, like people who know me long enough, it's like, yeah, Ed starts doing this. It's like, we know eventually, it'll finally get around and start in a circle.
Hey, no worries, man. We just here to talk.
Hell yeah. So it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, and continuing doing what I'm doing, and just have to be patient in the process and continue to get better at whatever you're putting your efforts into. That's where I'm at.
What's your most fun shows? Like, are they the big ones?
Sometimes out of town shows, bigger ones. There's this guy Cricket. He promotes.
Cricket was just on the show.
Cricket, my man. I saw a snippet of his.
Hey, Cricket.
Cricket's like, hey, can you do the show about? Okay, I'm going to put you down, boss. Wait, I think I might be busy. Okay, you're in for the 13th. No, I'm not. Cricket, wait. Then you're on a flyer. And
shout out Jiminy.
Shout out Cricket, Mr. Chris Sandoval.
Yeah, he's funny, dude. He's funny, dude.
He's great. He's a real character, and he's so he has access to these places in Aurora, Illinois, at these venues, these VFW halls.
Okay.
A lot of black and brown vets, mostly in the Latino population, and they love the humor that I do. And then it's like stories, it's stuff that's relatable. I have a TSA joke, about the drug sniffing dogs at the TSA at Midway, and I have a whole act out of that. I have a whole Pope act out that they love. There's a couple of act out things that I enjoy doing that I know will work.
At
a place that maybe cricket will, because it's common people. It's like blue collar people. And people that like understand the day-to-day kind of like observational things that I see and that I can kind of bring to the table and make a really grand, ridiculous joke out of. So those venues work. Bigger venues where it's like kind of a blue-collar crowd, or oddly enough, the biker kind of crowd that's sort of cop-friendly too. But I think that's the whole free speech element they're probably on, and they're a little bit red, But those places are a little bit more akin to just wild comedy,
kind of like being able to say what you want, kind of thing.
But it's interesting about Bad Attitude Bar and Grill, the place that I host and produce a show. They're really listening to the quality of the humor. They're listening to the craftsmanship beyond just so it's not just you can be vulgar and wild, and that's like, okay, well, that might have gotten a few of us, but so you can't judge a book, really. And something I've learned in life, you can't judge a book. You don't know what they're dialed into. You don't know who they know, or how culturally in tune they are with things, or how hip or fucking smart they are. Or how open-minded they are. You don't know. So you just have to treat everything like that. So those shows are fun. Bigger shows, out-of-town shows are cool because you don't know anybody, and you're getting familiar with a whole new culture of comedy depending on the town. Those I really enjoy. But yeah, I love doing stand-up. I love comedy.
Nice.
Just as much as I do music.
Nice. Yeah, so between the two, if you got to take your music to the next level versus comedy, which one you going with?
Oh, geez. If there was just a hard line drawn in the sand?
Like I'm telling you right now, you can be a successful music artist or a comedian, but you can only choose one.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Honestly, right now, comedy. Because it's moving. It's moving along.
Okay, no, all right, but get rid of that. Let's say you started ground zero, but I'm promising you're going to blow up from this. What do you think is there a passion more for one or the other? Or not really?
I mean, I'm hotter. I hate to say it, but I'm hotter for comedy right now.
Okay.
I mean, the group of people I'm involved with musically are the best I've been with since a long time.
Okay.
On a lot of different levels, they're great. So we could only go up. And every song that we write is gold. Every performance that we've gone out so far has been well received. So we're on the right track. We're on the right track quicker than I thought we'd ever be.
Sweet.
So I don't want to ever stop that. I want us to be to a point where we're like hometown favorites.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's reasonable enough, even if we don't tour as much, because people have families and kids and careers.
Right.
So, but the quality of work and the camaraderie and the creativity, it's incredible. I wouldn't want to sacrifice that, but I can't, I guess, right, if I just out the gate, to answer your question, God, right now it's comedy.
Okay. Fair
But
enough.
like, even with a band, there's still all of this, there's a lot of things you got to work around. Sometimes too many things that it's like, I don't even know why we're even working around this. It should just be pretty black and white what we should do.
So you know Nick Red, right?
Nick Red?
Yeah. Well, DJ Nikolai.
Oh yeah.
He does the same
Shout
thing.
out Nick, love that dude.
Yeah, so he does the same thing. He does comedy and he does his music thing.
My boy.
Oh, that's yeah.
So he went the other way.
He went more in the music.
Yeah, more into music. Yeah,
because there's a lot of failed comedians or failed musicians that are comedians. I've heard.
Interesting.
Well, they would call him that. That's what you do. But yeah, anyway. Cool. But like, you're your own independent contractor as a comedian, so you have a lot more freedom, is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
If you want to just go and do your thing and not answer to anybody sometimes and fall into this click or that and be like, oh, my time's done with this little project, moving on to the next. You can do that in comedy.
Yeah.
In a band, it's like there's things you got to work around, and communication and boom and that, and then it's just like...
Yeah.
And I'm not ever going to stop doing what I'm doing musically, but it's nice that I'm in comedy so that the things that could be frustrating in a group setting that you have to kind of talk and work around or everyone to get on the same page, you can just forget all that shit. You can just move on to the next in comedy. Move on to the next, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
It's very freeing that way.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like we're about that time, man.
Wow.
It went by pretty quick, but
I talked a lot.
But you'll be here for the next episode.
I will. That's what people tell me.
So throw out your tags again.
Yeah, one more time. Let everyone know your handles.
My handles is Mr. Eddie. That's M1STEREDDIE on Instagram and YouTube. And then Eddie L. Schaefer on Facebook, EDDIE, middle initial L as in Lee, S as in Sam, H as in Ham, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, E as in Eddie, R as in Run. That's Schaefer on Facebook.
Sweet. Yeah, please go give him a follow. Working on a lot of stuff. So, I want to look into some of your stuff a little more as well. So,
one more shout out. That is the Meds.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the band I'm in, the Power Quartet, and that's MEDS.Chicago on Instagram. And you'll get some show updates. It's a site that's building itself up. There'll be bigger things.
And your show name?
Show name is Mr. Eddie.
No. The name of your show.
Which one?
The Cappers or
so two of them. So Prompt Battle Royale. That's the AI game show. Last Thursday of every month right now at Surge Billiards on Fullerton. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And a bi-monthly comedy showcase, the Caponeville Comedy Capers Showcase. The next one will be the second Saturday of November. So I'm in the process of booking that. It's going to be a banger. Okay. That's at Bad Attitude Bar and Grill in Forest View. And that is every other month. The next one will be the second Saturday of November. Comedy Showcase showcases Chicagoland's best comedic talent.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
You want to give anybody else a shout out?
Amy Simon,
Love Amy.
Completely
Amy's the shit.
Overlooked promoter. She needs her own club, okay? Like, if anyone's going to go fund, there's this comedian who's, I don't know what she's on, but she's like, oh, I got to GoFundMe for my college education. Oh, well, way to Rage Against the Machine on the backs of other friends' money. You know what I mean? Like, just do comedy. Anyway, she's not doing that, but I'm saying Amy Simon should deserve your money to get her own club to do what she wants because she's a workhorse. She doesn't ask for help. She's very humble, but she's also very talented in what she does and is very inclusive in who she promotes, has been very supportive and a good friend to me. Ron Bloom, also overlooked promoter. I don't know. He's from Boston. Now he's a Chicago guy. He's one of my good friends in the scene, and he puts on banger showcases and incredible lineups, and he's still really DIY, just like Amy is. But he's been working a lot with a lot of different promoters and different clubs, and he's a hustler. And they're good people, okay? And I wouldn't say throw your money at bad people. I'd say throw your money at good people that are trying to highlight all the amazing talent of what this amazing city and area have to offer.
Sweet. Well, thank you again.
Shout out to Crisco. Crisco's gotten horribly overlooked. We need to go back to lard.
Crisco.
To cook. We need to embrace lard and butter again. I'm tired of RFK's opinions about health. We need to go back and cook real motherfucking lard and butter. We need to get back, and we need to have. It would clear up that nigga's throat if he had some lard and some butter. Maybe that's the missing element.
Cocoa butter.
Maybe a couple of polysaturated fats is not such a bad thing from now on.
Hell yeah. All right. Remember to like and fucking subscribe. Hit the bell.
Bing. And Obi, where can you find us?
You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Apple, Podvine, and eBooks.
And as always, please go to your local animal shelter and adopt, don't shop, if you are looking for a family member. With that being said, this has been another episode of the Hoz Comedy Podcast with Joey. I'm Joey.
I'm Hondo.
And I'm Obi.
Joe.
I'm Obi.
And we will see you guys soon.
And thank you, Mr. Eddie, coming
Hell
up
yeah,
again.
Mr. Eddie. Hell yeah.
Fun as hell.
The pleasure is all mine. I'm humbled. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you.
Deuce.
Deuce.
Ice on my wrist, tell me who this. I aim for the kill, I don't want an assist. Says I'm narcissist, drinking that was piss. It's called the Modelo, so don't stop to diss. The drugs and the fame, the